peeps? Galucia here, and yes, I'm on YouTube. Legitly, not just a reposting from my live stream. Starting up a brand new series for YouTube, one that I promise I'll be able to keep up with. I'm designing it in a way that I can routinely and regularly keep up with a YouTube series while still doing my live streams. And I apologize right off the bat for starting the game in the game menu, but you'll know why I'm doing that in a second. I can't let any time progress in Minecraft. So, anyway, so I just really wanted to put that out there that this is going to be a long-lasting series, and one that I'll be able to keep up with. And for those of you that have questions about the Industrial Craft 2 tutorial that I was making and why I'm jumping into this and not going back to that, I will be going back to that still, but I'm going to be covering it from here more than likely on special episodes that'll tie into that tutorial, because I am playing an FTB Infinity Evolved and I am going to be doing Industrial Craft stuff, so I'm going to just tie it all in together. That way I can wrap them both up in a nice neat bow. So let's get started. First thing that I have to do is type all of this to FTB mode expert. Oh, shizzle. What's the code? Yay, my first achievement for taking inventory. Okay, I had to quickly look up the code. I literally forgot it. It's like one of those things you remember it off the top of your head pretty much all the time, and then you go to actually use it. Okay, so that's the code line that I need to put in to switch FTB to expert mode. Bum, bum, bum. So as time goes on, I'm going to explain to you what expert mode means. But the very first thing that you need to understand about expert mode is that all the normal Minecraft stuff... Look at that. I started with a bonus chest, and it's in the mushroom. All of the normal Minecraft stuff basically doesn't work, okay? I shouldn't say all of it, but a lot of it. So, food recipes, for starters, do not work. You can't... There are no food recipes, so... Okay, and then tools don't work. See this? Durability 5. Wooden pickaxe, not very useful with a durability of 5. And that's because you can't make... Oh, there's a village over there. Oh, we're set for life, guys. The meteorite right next to the fall site, or spawn site. That's the fall site. That's the spawn site. Good spawn so far. Not necessarily in need of a mushroom biome, but the fact that there's a village is a huge plus. And I'll explain why. So, Minecraft tools and weapons are out. Can't use them. They're pretty much just for recipe purposes only. So if like a recipe calls for an iron sword for some reason, you can still make it, but it's going to have like a durability of 2, and you try to hit anything, and like and the damage, instead of being like attack 6 for an iron sword, is like, you know, 0.5 or whatever the hell it is. Like, it's just, they nerf the crap out of all the regular Minecraft weapons and tools, forcing you to use Tinker's Construct. Basically, the point of expert mode in FTB is to take you out of your comfort zone and say, hey, you can't use normal Minecraft stuff. You have to use mod stuff. You have to. It's not an option. You don't have a say in the matter. This wooden pickaxe that they gave me that's virtually worthless, I'm going to use it to break just a few blocks of stone, because that's literally what I'm going to be able to do with it. Oh yeah, 6 whole blocks of stone. It's actually really, honestly, that's really nice, being able to start with 6 blocks of stone. If I didn't have that bonus chest, it would be a little while before I could get stone. So, yeah, you have to use Tinker's Construct. You can't use regular food. So I have a huge food supply with a mushroom biome. That's the nice thing, because there's mushrooms for days, right? So I could have a lot of beef, and I can make a lot of mushroom soup. You know, I've got options here. Problem being, you can't make normal food. You have to make, like, Pam's food and stuff like that. So the whole, like, yeah, there's a lot of food, but, you know, if I get a bunch of beef and I want to cook it in a steak, not going to work. Can't put it. It won't go in the furnace. It just doesn't work. It's not an option for you. So, oh, shoot, where is it? I think it's usually here. Alright, so these towers always have a chest full of, like, random gold things. So normal Minecraft armor still works. So, but not the weapons. There you go. Used for crafting only. So I can take this, Because whenever I make a smeltery, I can smelt it down for the gold. But, I mean, using a golden sword is usually worthless anyway. But it's even more worthless now. It says durability 32. I promise you it's not. It'll break way sooner than that. The armor will last a tiny little bit, though. And even though it's golden, it does give us some protection. So there's no reason not to pick it up. So finding a village in expert mode is super important. Because it'll give you a head start on some of the building materials, hopefully. Especially if they have, like, a Tinker's Construct house. Sometimes there's a house with a bunch of stencils and stuff already in it. Saves you from having to do that stuff, having to build that stuff. Sometimes they already have a smelt. They already have a smeltery in the village. That saves you a ton of time, because smelteries are pretty difficult to make. So that can be slow going. Let me grab some gravel here. Where'd the gravel go? I got a flint, but apparently I can't break gravel by hand. Interesting. I really want to get in there, but I don't want to waste a piece of wood to get in there. Oh well. Just got it. I have to see what's in here. Apparently nothing. And is this it? Is this the whole village? Wow, there's a fort and a house with nothing in it. I got all excited because there was a village there, and I figured that would give me a good head start. Not so much. Oh, you know what? If I break this, the villagers can't get in, and then they won't be in here all night annoying me. Go somewhere else for the night, villagers. Aha, I win. All right, so Tinker's Construct. This will actually also serve somewhat as a tutorial for Tinkers. It's just this whole series is going to be a bit tutorial-y, just so you're aware of it. So you're not caught off guard like, oh, God, this guy's talking a whole bunch about how to do stuff that I know how to do. If you know how to do it, great. It's just I need to get going here. So, here, let's open up the Materials and You, Volume 1. Learning to tinker. Yay. All right, so first thing you have to do is make a blank pattern. We did that. You take the blank pattern and a piece of wood, and that makes your stencil table. Let's do that first. Stencil, piece of wood, stencil, table. Which also gets you Volume 2 automatically when you make it, and Tinker's Weaponry. So you start getting all the books that you need to understand what to do. Let's put that down. This sucker right here, this is your stencil table. That's going to give you the... Where did you come? Oh, you were already out. Oh, no, they could walk in from here. Oh, and now they can't leave. Rip. Alright, well, I guess I'll put this back, because I don't want them to not be able to leave. Hey, I have gravel now, though. I can get that piece of wood back. There you go. Much better. Although gravel will be important later, not right now. I love how they just automatically go to sleep in these half-assed beds at nighttime. So weird. Oh, there's going to be clicking doors all night, aren't they? Jesus Christmas, God in heaven. So... we've got our stencil, but before we can get going on that, let's start with boop, thing number 2. So we need to make a part crafter, which is a log and the thing. Don't need a pattern chest yet, but we need a tool station, which is a thing and a crafting bench. And then we'll also need a crafting bench. So let's make a few more stencils. The first thing I'm going to make is an axe so that I can stop getting wood by hand. So we need a stencil for a axe head pattern. So we can make that. And hold on, let me move these things around. Wish I could cook potatoes. I'm start getting hungry here, and I'm going to end up just eating raw potatoes. Start eating raw carrots. So... let's go ahead and click on the tool station. So the first thing we're going to make, as I said, is an axe. So you can see here we need an axe head and a handle. So we made the axe head, now we need a handle. And actually what I really need, this is why I grabbed as much wood as I could, is we need more blank patterns. See, it requires a lot more wood to get started. Rather than just making some random wooden tools, now we have to make all of these various things just to get started. The patterns, once you make them, last forever. Once you make a pattern, you have it forever. So again, if you find a village that has patterns, that'll save you a ton of wood. In the part builder, we're limited on stone. We got lucky with that wooden pickaxe, allowing us to get a few pieces, because a wooden axe is actually, it's fairly decent compared to like the wooden tools that you'll make in regular Minecraft, as far as like the dig speed or the chopping speed, whatever. We'll just refer to all of it as mining speed. But if we can skip that and go straight into some stone stuff, that's fantastic. So, stone hatchet right out of the gate. And then you hold shift, you can see all the different stats for it and modifiers. So that you know exactly what you're building. Because you can swap these things out. We could have made a wooden handle, for example, not a stone tool rod. And that would have given us slightly different stats on this, and so on and so on. So there you go. Look at that. We're a tinkerer. I'm going to make these out of stone. And this, since that this only requires half of a material, it used half a stone, which gave us a stone shard, which you can use for this because it also requires a half. So you don't always have to use an entire piece of stone. And then we're going to need another tool rod, and for that, I'm actually going to use a piece of wood. So that gives us the tool rod with a leftover stick, because that's half of wood. Half of one wood. Wooden handle. And now you can see the difference. It actually has a wooden handle as opposed to the stone-looking handle. And it's not too bad. Mining speed of 4. So it is what it is, because we're using the wooden handle as opposed to the stone handle. But there you go. So we're starting out here with our basic set of stuff. And like I said, now we have these forever. So if we wanted to build a shovel, we already have the handle. All we need now is the... Thank you. All we need now to make the shovel is one more blank. And we can also have a shovel. So I'm going to try to do that. But to do that, I need to steal 2 pieces of house. Let's take the floor here, so we're not reducing their wall as much. Because I'm a nice guy, okay? I'm trying not to destroy their house, but I'm also trying to survive the night. Definitely can't stick around here. So my goal, honestly, is to find a proper village. The one thing I will say about FTB at FTB Infinity Evolved is that it does get you a fair amount of village spawns, and if you know the types of places that tend to get village spawns, then you just kind of hang out in those areas, and you will eventually get that squared away. So, like I said, I'm not going to bother with the copper and stuff like that. We're so far away from doing any kind of like industrial craft or whatever. It's really not worth it, but the coal obviously serves a purpose. So, the goal for the finale of this episode is to do a little bit of exploration and see if we can't find a village, because it's also a decent source for starting food. Because like I said, for now, we're basically just eating raw foods. We don't really have any options outside of that. We pretty much just have to... The hell was that? Pretty much just have to eat raw foods. It is what it is. But we're not going to find a village in that style of forest. Ow. Hiding under a mushroom like a jerk. So if you choose to play expert mode in FTB Infinity Evolved, your experience may vary from mine. It all depends on how lucky you are with the village that you spawn near. And I will say this, it seems like every time I create a world in FTB Infinity Evolved, I spawn very close to a village. So I don't know if that's just like random happen chance, or if you're actually more likely in FTB to, if you're supposed to spawn near a village. So before you just go taking off in one direction, because you're the newest member of the band, you really should kind of search around the place and see where that village is. Because like I said, I have stumbled across the village literally every time I've started a world in FTB. So I'm venturing to guess that that's a thing, that you're supposed to see villages where you spawn. It could just also be because villages are so much more common in FTB, as you can observe right in front of you, because here's another village. So, and this is a proper large village, so we should be able to get some of the things that we're after right now. Oh, look at that volcano. Oh, that's such a good one. It's spreading so nice. Usually the volcanoes are lame, but that is a good one. Nice. I approve of your volcano video game. That's so cool. Watching it spread. I don't have time to watch it spread, but I would really like to. But I really gotta survive. Gotta get going. Remember, this is expert mode, and the thing I like about expert mode is it really makes you feel like you need, like survival is an issue. It actually makes it feel like, you know, it's a challenge to survive. Wow, 14 coal coke. That is totes magoats worth it this early in the game. That is actually spectacular. And I could definitely take this hobbyist steam engine if I wanted to. That would be good for getting into some buildcraft stuff or whatever if I, you know, wanted to set up a steam engine to start that whole process off. But I know it's there, so I'm not going to pick it up now because my inventory is going to become a hot mess very fast. Just like this village. A lot of the villages I've noticed in FTB spawn in hills or whatever, like, you know, and then they, like, look, see how it's all, like, in the village? And it, like, totally screws up the village spawn. So, like, they're all up in the hill, which makes it all over the goddamn place. It just makes it brutal. Okay, so should be right here. Alright, we already have a chest plate, so we're just going to take the nuggets and the pants. If I ever need to come back to get those, like if I make a smeltery, for example, then great. Because you can smelt tools, gear, whatever, but it has to have full durability. So you grab, you know, like a gold chest plate, you can smelt that down and eventually make 8 golden ingots from it. So, you know, it's pretty handy. Okay, oh, they do have a smeltery. Oh, yes. Oh, we are saved. Not having to build a smeltery is a big goddamn deal. Now, the smeltery that they build automatically, besides the fact that it's full of people we don't want to kill with lava, the smeltery that they make is not functional as it stands because it doesn't have a controller or a window, but it has everything else. And you can always pickaxe the stuff to set it up wherever the hell you want to set it up. Now, we don't have the inventory space for it right now. What we need to do is get a house set up somewhere near the village because that'll be convenient, and then we can come back for the smeltery, grab everything that's in there. Okay, so, I think I'm just about done searching this place out. That might be a useful building over there, and it looks like, oh, yeah, okay, so there's one of the greenhouses over there which has a water tank, and I can definitely use that for setting up a proper farm, because that means it's going to have sprinklers and all kinds of stuff, so we are getting set up in here. We are, in fact, why is there a tower of dirt there? Like a player was in here hiding from mobs. That's so weird. That is so weird. I am on single player. So, I'm going to end the episode here because I know it's been going on for a little while now, but I knew that the first episode would take a little while because I wanted to get at least to a certain point where it kind of makes sense so that you can see how things have started. And, you know, now we're going into night 2. We still don't have a house, and we barely have a set of tools. We still don't have a weapon. So all of this was just kind of to emphasize how difficult this game can really be on expert mode, and we've just scratched the surface of how difficult it is, but it's definitely a more difficult start. Look, let's watch the sunset and the volcano in the same screen. Look at that, folks. So, hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Please comment below and let me know what you think about Galucia getting back into YouTube and starting up a new YouTube series, one again that I promise to keep up with this time, and be able to keep up with it while also working on my live streaming. So, thank you all very much. I appreciate the viewing support as always, and I will see all of you on the next video.